Hungry Trilobyte Podcast would like to start by acknowledging these fine conventions. SoonerCon is Central Oklahoma's longest-running pop culture convention. The next event is scheduled for June 24th through 26, 2002 in Norman, Oklahoma. However, they need your help to put on the next event. Please visit SoonerCon.com to find out how you can help make SoonerCon 30 a reality. The Hellmouth Convention. The Hellmouth Convention is a celebration of all pop culture, but specifically things like Buffy, Angel, Firefly, and Dr. Horrible. It is held in Los Angeles, California, and the next event is scheduled for June 3rd through 5th, 2022. Proceeds benefit the Los Angeles LGBT Center as well as the Ron Glass Memorial Scholarship Fund. For more information, go to thehellmouth.org. We are live at Dallas Fan Expo with Sam De La Rosa. How you doing today, good sir?
I am doing great. Glad to be here. Great show.
I happen to love your stuff. I have been a fan for a good long time, and you've been in the industry so long that you must have a perspective on these shows that most people don't have.
You know, I've been a guest at shows since 1982. That's the first year I started working at Marvel and DC, and I've seen shows really grow. With the movies, both from Marvel and DC, more and more ordinary folks are coming around.
Yeah, and ordinary folks being people who don't buy comics all the time, but do like these characters.
Yes, yeah, they're very appealing characters. So a lot of people find them very, very enjoyable, but many don't know that they're comic book characters first.
Yeah. They see it on TV or in a movie, and they think that that's where everything started, and then the comic book fans come in and say, this goes way, way back.
Yes, so it's fun. It's fun now to have been a comic book fan, before the movies came out.
And comic books they're now becoming the dominant stories in our culture, whereas, Disney used to do fairy tales, now they're doing comic book movies.
Yes, they are the source material for all these movies, so creators that work on comic books, they're important. They supply the movie and TV industry with material.
And you've got some amazing prints here. You've got some great comics signed, but I'm sure that part of you is here just because you truly love it, because you have a great time, you've got a great following.
I don't want to burst your bubble, but my main reason for being here is it's my job.
Sure.
This is the way I earn a living. But it is a enjoyable way to earn a living, and I appreciate the fan interest and just the fact that people want to get something from you.
And I'm okay with that. I truly am. I mean, everybody's got to make a living, and if you have it making people happy, that's a win for everybody.
Yeah. I'm glad I can still do this.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you've been doing this since 82, I was born in 81, so you've been doing this my entire life. And I'm looking up here, I'm seeing stuff from my childhood and beyond.
Yeah, I run into people all the time that said that they liked my stuff when they were little kids, and, they are grown adults with professions and in different areas of, business. And I'm just happy that, I've been able to work on stuff that a lot of people enjoy.
Awesome. When you look at this, I'm looking at how the art style has evolved and changed. How does it change it from your perspective?
I see a lot more variety, from cartoony to realistic to abstract and anything in between. So we have a lot more variety. There's not a company style anymore. And creators are working for, various companies, not just one company.
And people have the option to go to a company that may be more inclined to work with their sensibilities, work with their style?
Most of the creators are freelancers.
Okay.
So, they have opportunities, and there's also companies that they can take their own creations to and still own their creations instead of working on company creations.
So when you look back at everything you've done, what makes you feel most proud? Not necessarily a certain work, but a project that you got to be a part of.
Growing up in the 60s, I was a fan and still am of Spider-Man. So that's all I wanted to do is work in the industry as an artist and be able to work on Spider-Man comics and projects, and I got to do a lot of that. Yeah.
Awesome. So you get to move into that. It's something that you want to do all your life. Suddenly, it is your job. It is your world. I've spoken to a lot of comic creators, and that's very rewarding.
Yeah, since second grade, when I came across Spider-Man comics, my first one that I bought was number 8. I believe that was in 1963, 64, maybe 63. So the characters always captured my imagination. I enjoyed the stories, enjoyed the artwork. The co-creators of Spider-Man are Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. And I got to sort of work on a project with Stan Lee called Spider-Man New Legenda. And I worked on artwork with Steve Ditko for another company called Red Circle Archie Comics on a character it's a Golden Age character called the Hangman. So I got to work with both those people in a way, so I'm happy.
So when Marvel Comics is in the 60s and there's a lot of social issues going on and they're writing that in, how does that change when you get into the industry 20 years later, 30 years later? Do you still see that? Is it still a part of it?
Absolutely. A lot of writers and creators who got those books and were exposed to those themes early on, they're carrying on, with new themes and current themes that we're dealing with now.
Well, Sam, thank you so much. I'm going to make sure you have links to all this stuff on my website, aaronbosig.com.
Nice.
Do you have social media links you'd like to drop?
Yeah, I have 2 whole sites.
Okay.
I'm not on Instagram, but you can hashtag me, Sam De La Rosa, and, share stuff, and other people do that. I am on Facebook. It is Artist Sam De La Rosa. Don't skip a space and all that long word. You'll find me. And I have a website, samdelarosa.com, or you can just Google my name, and you'll come up to those 2 sites. So
it has been an honor meeting you. Thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate it.
I appreciate your interest. Thank you so much. I'm glad to do it.
Have a good weekend.
Very glad. You bet.